welcome back to my channel. Oh, that was very monotone. Let's do that again. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Nick. If you are new here, make sure you are subscribed and notification bell and come over and follow me on Instagram. I today am going to talk about my house move. I have got so much to tell you. Yeah, it's been absolute chaos. So I want to start a couple of weeks ago. We had a completion date come through very quickly after we exchanged. We'd been fighting for this date and like for it to all go through since as long as I can remember. We all accepted and put in our offers in May, and this was like the end of November when we ended up moving, which is just crazy. But yeah, moving day. No, let's go back. So we exchanged basically on the Wednesday and we were out of there on Friday. It was so fast. We'd kind of been preparing ourselves and we'd been packing and kind of trying to get organised. We've been living in like mess and chaos for what felt like the longest time, which was so hard, like with Jax being like 19, 20 months, a toddler, getting into everything. Everything was just everywhere and you couldn't find anything, and you know what it's like. Anyway, so the Friday came. By the way, I was supposed to have more footage than this, but we went on holiday for my birthday and we left one of our bags on the plane and I had my camera in it. So there's more footage to come because I have recently found it, thank God, but I haven't yet got that footage back. So the Friday came, the removal men came, but if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that we lived in an apartment above my parents' house. So we all lived in the same house technically, but we sold the whole house as one. We lived in the granny flat essentially, and we used the same removal company, but because we were going two separate houses and my mum and dad, we were staying fairly local and my mum and dad were moving out of the area, they kind of wanted to go to my mum and dad's first, drop their stuff, come back, load ours and come to our house because it was closer. So first of all, I wouldn't recommend doing that because it's an absolute nightmare. That started to add to my stress. They turned up late. It took ages for them to load up. And obviously then it was a Friday, so the traffic is always worse on a Friday. To get over to the new place, mum and dad's new place, they had two vans to offload and send one back to start loading our stuff. We hadn't, the money hadn't transferred yet, so we couldn't get the keys to our property. So we were kind of just waiting around. I had Jax with me because I couldn't get him into nursery that day. We'd loaded up our car and Mark's van and we'd dropped off on the driveway of the new house, like my plants and various other things that were okay to kind of be outside. So it was about 2 o'clock when we could get the keys. I think Mark went and picked them up from the estate agent, and Jax was asleep, napping. So my mum stayed with Jax because we still had our mattress on our bedroom floor. So Jax was asleep on our bedroom floor on the mattress. And we came over here and we did a quick walkthrough. First of all, it was like, oh my God, we've got to kick the door to get in. It was just, I was already stressed and angry because I was angry that the removal men hadn't come back already. Like the new people had arrived at the house that we were moving out of and were already starting to move their stuff in, and all of our stuff was still there. So we were immensely stressed because it's not how it should have gone. And I didn't get that moment of, oh my God, I'm leaving my childhood home, I'm moving away from my mum and dad for the first time in 30 years. All those things. I didn't get a moment really. So we walked around here and we were like, oh my God. We knew it was a doer-upper. We knew it was going to need a lot of work, but it was kind of in a worse state than I remember. But obviously when it's empty, it is what it is. And you know, they'd taken things like the light bulbs and the oven had gone, and we'd expected the dishwasher to still be here, which had also gone. The toilet was broken, the shower was broken, and we were just like, oh my God, what have we done? What have we done? Like, we spent the first 3 days going, oh my God, what have we done? You know, on and off wanting to cry a little bit, because doing all this with Jax is like, you know, it would have been bad enough just me and Mark on our own, but now having to think about a child in amongst all that was quite difficult. So needless to say, we couldn't stay here because obviously the toilet was broken and everything else. So we had to get all our stuff here. The removal men didn't end up, we had to take Jax to Mark's mum's house. She was happy to have him in the afternoon after she finished work, which was a big help because everything was a bit filthy here. We needed to clean and get all our stuff in. And obviously we didn't know where all our clothes were. We didn't know where anything was at the time because everything was in boxes. I wrote on the boxes, but in a pile of 100 boxes, how do you know which one's the right one? So that was stressful. So the removal men got here eventually, probably about 7:30 in the evening. And they were probably still here till about 9:30, 10 o'clock, offloading stuff. I had to kind of make a bag up from what I could find and get Jax's pyjamas and everything else over to Mark's mum's house, who thankfully lives fairly locally. And we ended up staying there that night. And then we came back the next day and was like, oh God, okay, the front door's broken, and the inner door's broken, the garage door lock is broken. So between me and Mark and my dad, we changed all the locks and we fixed everything and ran around. But the Saturday, we moved on the Friday, the Saturday was my birthday day out, because I turned 30 on the Monday. So we already had plans for Saturday to go out all day. So we couldn't spend time here doing stuff. My mum had Jax. So we were like, right, we'll go and stay at mum and dad's that night because Jax is already going to be there. So we'll go on our night out. We'll enjoy what we've got to do. What we've got to do, you know, it was really hard to put yourself into the mood, you know, to go out and have fun. And when you're thinking about this, you know, problem at home, or this problem that is home, we went out and we had a good time. We stayed at mum and dad's. Then we came back again on the next day and we were like, right, what are we going to do? So this was a Sunday and my birthday was Monday. And we were going on holiday Tuesday. So we didn't have time to sort much out. We had the plumber arranged to come over and have a look at the toilet and why it wasn't working because the tank wasn't filling up and the soil pipe was leaking, and, you know, just what you need when you move into a new house. So he actually couldn't fix it on the day, and he came back while we were on holiday to fix it. And yeah, it's just been pretty chaotic really. So we had those few days where we couldn't stay here until we got back from holiday when the toilet was fixed, and it felt a little bit more safe here, and, you know, safe for Jax really. Like, we took the carpet that was coming off down the stairs, and my mum had come and stripped some of the wallpaper off and done a coat in the bedroom, so at least we could stay here and it was semi-livable. But we're here, we're in, I've got a lot of work to do. It is a project, it is a big project, of which we need new rewiring, we need a new bathroom, we eventually will be doing an extension. The kitchen's kind of falling apart because it's probably 20 odd years old. You know, it's interesting. And I know what it's like to do houses up, you know, but I've never had to live in it at the same time. And you can't really escape the mess. So we have got like rooms that are habitable, but they aren't the way we want them. So we're starting works as of Monday. we're starting with the electrics because that is something that needs doing. Because then we can start to get Jax's room straight. We're moving the bathroom because currently it's in a weird position. There's no toilet in the bathroom, the toilet is separate, but the toilet isn't next to the bathroom, so it's weird. So we're moving the bathroom to the box room, which is next to the toilet, knocking through. So that's a job, again, that we want to be doing over Christmas. So we might have to move out of here again for a little while or see if we can live around the mess. But it's going to be a really chaotic, interesting, dare I say fun maybe, time. But yeah, follow along. I'd love for you to keep up with our journey and what we're up to and stuff. But I feel like my plans to be eager to have another baby right now needs to have a little pin put in it, because I can't have a baby in this mess. I need to be work Lady Nick. I need to have my hard hat and high vis on, not be pregnant. So if it happens, it happens, and I'd be totally grateful. But this project has come, and it's much more intense and probably time consuming and messy than I thought it was going to be straight off the bat. I always knew there was going to be work to be done here, but I thought we could live in it and kind of see how we went a little bit. But turns out I was wrong. Turns out that's not the way we're going to do it. So yeah, I will be sharing probably more instantaneous updates and such on Instagram. So make sure you follow me at Good Luck Nick over there for those updates. But here we go, Project Robinson renovation. We'll be back. I'll see you on the next one.